What is going on, guys? It is Brick General here, back with another video, and today, guys, I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different video. I'm going to be doing a little bit of an analysis video, and today I'm going to be discussing what is the best video console game of our generation. Now, just a few disclaimers, because obviously this is a pretty hefty topic, as in there's a lot of opinions, and obviously opinions are different between everyone, and I don't want to really piss anybody off. But I just want to make a disclaimer. This generation, I'm going to be talking about basically games made in the mid-2000s, and they were generally targeted towards people born in the late 90s and early 2000s. Obviously, this doesn't mean that people who were older or younger couldn't play them. I'm just talking about games that are specifically targeted for this and made in this era. I'm not going to include more than one edition for a game and a franchise. So, for example, a Call of Duty game is going to be a competitor for the best game, but there's only going to be one that's actually going to be made on it. There's not going to be more than one Call of Duty game. And also, it's only console games, so there's not going to be any, like, PC-specific games like League of Legends or anything like that. And this is obviously my opinion, and obviously everyone is entitled to have their own opinion, and you can agree with me, you can disagree with me. And if you guys just want to talk about anything you change, just leave it down in the comments below. I'll be happy to respond. And yeah, let's get right into this video. First, I just want to make a little criteria thing, which basically just addresses what the games that I'm going to be talking about basically have to basically excel in these categories to make this sort of list of competitors for the best game of the generation. So here are just a few things. First, I think the game obviously has to have nice gameplay quality. This includes like nice music, nice sound effects, like just overall smooth gameplay, and it's basically just like a good game. Next is longevity. So how long can you play without really like actually getting bored? And how long will the game actually last? Is it just going to be good for like a couple months and be extremely good then and just drop off and be trash? Or is it actually going to stay for a long time and actually be fun for a long time? And then the next one is pure numbers. It's just overall sales, just based on how much it's sold. So that's a pretty easy metric for how popular it is, and just an overall opinion, which obviously you can easily gauge from basically the gaming community of whether this is a good game or not. So let's get right into the competitors for this spot. I'm just going to name them, no specific order, but at the end I will say the winner. At the end, the last one's going to be what I believe to be the winner. First up, you guys are going to get really mad about this one. I can already tell that it's even close. It's even close to touching this list, and that's going to be Fortnite Battle.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
You have to admit, Fortnite, everyone was playing it. It was easily taking the gaming community by storm in late 2017, early 2018, and it's really a craze for one video game. It's something that we saw in Fortnite. It's something that we haven't seen in a really long time. And I think the last one we probably saw with that is probably during 2013, 2014, peak Minecraft hours. That might have been the last time we saw such a craze for one game. Everyone was on. If you have a lot of Xbox friends, you would literally just look on your friends, and everyone would just have Fortnite Battle Royale, Fortnite Battle Royale. And obviously the same thing for PlayStation or whatever you play on. Now, going off the raw statistics, it has 250 million players, and this isn't exactly a great gauge for showing like how many people play it, because obviously a lot of people will download the game but not necessarily play it that much. But this shows that 250 million people downloaded this game. That would make it number one for the most downloaded by roughly around 75 million. That's crazy. Another thing about it is when Fortnite Season 5 dropped, this is, I believe, mid-2018, I'm not sure, the game received more web traffic than the 2016 presidential election. Like, what? A video game is getting more web traffic than an election in one of the largest countries in the entire world. I think that's just crazy. Now, some of the reasons for why it's not the best is it's still a young game. It's only been out for like 2 years, and it's starting to lose some of its popularity, although it still has a huge fan base, and it's probably one of the top 3 games out right now, as in for players. It's starting to lose some of its popularity, and the main thing against it is that stigma of people. A lot of the older gamers and people that are just not that young just believe that the game is kind of trash now, and really just young kids play it, which I don't think is completely true, but it's starting to have a little bit of truth to it. So the next game that's up for running is Grand Theft Auto 5. So it was easily the most popular of the GTA installments, and personally I've never played the game, so I don't really have an exact perspective of really what you're doing in the game, but I understand it's basically just this random guy. I don't really understand the story mode or anything, but you're just this guy, and you can just do whatever the crap you want. You can run over people, go rob banks, do whatever you want, and obviously I've seen the memes of like Wasted and stuff like that, so I kind of understand it. And it's really remained consistent with its player base because of like the outrageous mods that you can do in that game. Like you can literally make it do anything. GTA 5 is not just GTA 5. You can literally make it do any game. It can literally be anything you want. And I think that's one of the main things that keeps the players coming back. And honestly, another thing is that some kids just really just want to do whatever the crap they want to. They want to just go out, break the law, run over people, rob banks, get a helicopter and just shoot up people. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's kind of cool. It makes it a fun game. And it sold over 170 million copies to date, making it one of the highest selling games ever, and obviously has a great case for being the best game of this generation. Next up is a little bit of right down memory lane, and it's going to be Wii Sports. This is the only Nintendo game to make this list, and, well, it's not really a list, but basically the competitors, and over 82 million copies sold, so obviously a very well-off game. And overall opinion is absolutely great for this game. Everyone knows about the nostalgia of playing that Wii Tennis or whatever games you're playing with baseball or whatever. And it was just so much fun to play. I know everyone probably used so many hours just playing this game so much. And it's brought great memories, and it's probably like a staple of memes in modern culture, honestly. And honestly, it was just a great overall game. And really the only thing that's keeping it off is literally no one plays it now, so it's not really relevant anymore, but it's still a great game, and I don't think it deserves to not be on this list. Next up is the only Call of Duty game that's on this list, and that's going to be Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. There's no specific reason I chose Modern Warfare 3, but it is the highest selling Call of Duty game by a couple million copies, and a lot of it considered to be one of the best, if not the best Call of Duty ever made. And when MW3 was released initially, it had a similar status to Fortnite, where it seemed that everyone was playing it and enjoying it all at the same time. And that seemed to be like the peak of the Call of Duty franchise before it all came crashing down with Call of Duty Ghosts. It doesn't really have a large player base anymore, but I can't really hold that against them since Call of Duty is really creating a new game every year. And not that those games are good, those are kind of trash, but people aren't really playing this game anymore. And obviously it was a great game, lots of fun. And that's the only thing we're really holding it back is that not that many people play it right now, and not everyone played this game. And I just want to mention one honorable mention before I get on to what I think is what game I believe to be the best video game of our generation. And that game is just going to be Skyrim Elder Scrolls V. And I've never played Skyrim in my life. I really don't understand the concept of the game, but I know how popular the game is and how a lot of my friends play it. And I know it's a great game. It has a great mechanics. It's like a great RPG. I don't really understand. I've never played the game. I don't really get the gist of it. But I think obviously it's one of the best games. It's top 25 on most sold copies, so obviously it's got to be somewhat good. And it obviously deserves a spot, but I just don't know enough about the game to give a solid verdict about it. And I don't want to give like a not good, basically, analysis on it if I don't know anything about it. Now, guys, I'm going to talk about what I believe to be the best video game of our generation. Drum roll, please. I believe to be the best video game of our generation is Minecraft. So, Minecraft has sold the most copies of any video game if we're talking about just sold. Fortnite just had downloads because it's obviously free, and has over 176 million downloads. And as of March 2019, which is the last time they recorded the monthly players, it has the most monthly players logging in at 91 players worldwide. 91 million players, sorry. That's still 13 million more players that month than Fortnite, which was actually at the top of the charts at that time. Many people think not that many people are playing Minecraft anymore. 91 million people are playing it in 1 month. That is crazy. And similar to GTA 5, you can literally do anything you want to do in Minecraft, and that's why it has such a great appeal. There's a survival world where you can live fighting mobs and just gathering supplies and fight an array of bosses in different dimensions. There's a creative mode where you can build to your heart's content. There's mods that allow you to experience a completely different game with all features completely reimagined. And obviously there's Mineplex and Hunger Games and all that good stuff that make Minecraft even better. In like 2012 to 2015, it seemed like Minecraft was the best game ever. It was extremely popular. If you did not play it, you're in the very small minority. Honestly, it was a lot of fun for me personally. I'm sure a lot of you guys can agree with me. They had great memories just playing Minecraft, whatever it was, by yourself or with friends. And sometimes I still play it from time to time, if you guys can see with my Let's Play series, and it never fails to disappoint. Just a great game. And I think it just passes on all cylinders for the criteria, and I really do believe it to be the best game of our generation. So that's going to do it for the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. And if you guys have anything you want to say, leave it down in the comments below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.